actually look, but it's not going to necessarily matter because there's a lot of golf left. But how are your golf lineups looking?
Oh, I don't look till after the cut. Did they
No,
start? They started. They started playing again.
it might be a Sunday. Who knows?
What's that?
It might be Sunday. We don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see.
Because the
I mean,
weather.
I got so on tilt after Zalatoris. I really just stopped checking.
Yeah.
I'm glad, dude. I'm glad I'm looking at this. Oh, look at poor Corey Connors +8. Thank you very much. I like that. That's good.
Hurt
It
me.
looks like Mitchell's gonna make the cut, or that's good news.
About 90% too right now.
That's not bad. Hopefully, I'll only lose like 90% of my money. We'll see what happens.
If they kept playing in that wind, the cut would have, no matter what, I think been +3. But now that they have, and it's going to be windy again, but they'll get to play in the morning, most likely, or on damp conditions whenever they play. So it's probably going to go to +2, where +3 was only like 10%. It was like really like 50 to 65% maybe. And yeah, I think it's probably going to be +2 now.
Yeah. How about the Pirates?
Yeah, man.
You got 100. They got 100 runs.
I played Giolito in my biggest buy-in, so great story there. But I had my pivot lineup is actually pretty good. I just didn't play it. There was no other tournaments, so I just didn't play anything big. But it was it's at least gonna cash deep in the.
Yeah, but if I get going, I might have a chance in like the 3-entry max. I gotta get Seattle going a little bit more. But they're, they got a couple more swipes. We'll see. So I'm just so you guys know what's going on. So I'm just gonna play MME tonight. So we're gonna have some fun. I want to update the. I'll tell you guys what I'm doing baseball wise. And then I have to update the NBA projections. I thought I just did, and then I just got notifications that like 100 more guys were out, I think.
Yeah, it's all going to change every minute.
Yeah, so maybe I'll wait like a few minutes to even look at it. I mean, like when I built the lineup, it said Brogdon, like these other Celtics are out. I wasn't anticipating.
Let me see if I can just build it for fun basketball lineup, just because I do think I want to talk about it, but I wasn't planning on playing anything.
Well, Cameron Payne apparently is the big chalk tonight.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of other guys though. Okay, so the ones that I think what's important is the spend ups, because that's where you can get a little bit different. I think playing Luka is. I mean, I don't care if he has some ownership. The combination of Luka, one of AD or LeBron, and that's probably where I would spend up. Where it matters. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'll tell you, man. I remember we were sweating the other day. At least I was that LeBron game when he's put up 50 freaking fantasy points in the second half. I mean, who does that?
No, I mean that's what happens though. I mean, we've seen it with Mitchell. Like Mitchell's the one who just comes to mind the most. Like where he has like 5 at halftime, and he ends up.
Yeah, who does that at like 50 years old? I mean, like
no, it's amazing. I mean, I'm telling you though, he's still. If you watch him, he's still not the best player on their team. Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, is the most valuable guy.
Are they both better than Austin Reeves?
I love Austin Reeves, so yeah. And I'm sad that he's going to no longer be a Laker.
Oh, really?
They're just not going to be able to match his contract. Like people are going to offer him a lot, and he deserves it. Like I think that, like somewhere around Kevin Huerter type of range is probably where he'll be at, like 15, 18, somewhere in that range. $1 million a year, and the Lakers just can't afford that. But maybe not. I mean, I think I would rather have Kevin Huerter like in just regular thought, but I think that Reeves has more upside and is a better basketball player than anyone really knows. Shake Milton is another one who's the obvious value play. So you have Milton. I'm using my guard spots on Milton, Payne, and Luka.
And the other one, by the way, is Oladipo.
And Oladipo, though, he's got shooting guard. No, he does. Yeah. So that's the way it goes. So I play Luka, LeBron, and Payne and Milton and Oladipo.
Well, let's put up Tabor Sim, and I'll make a build, and we'll see what I like. We'll have some fun. All right. Let's upload. And I presume it's going to be all the Luka with those three, with Payne, Oladipo, Milton, 3 guards. I think. We'll see.
I actually think it's going to be less Luka than you think.
Less Luka than I think?
Yeah, I'm going to ignore the other spend ups other than the ones I mentioned who really need
Curry, no?
I don't think that I think that Tatum, without Jaylen Brown, of course you can play him, but Curry, there's motivation for Curry at least. I do think he fits into that same category.
How about this? The initial build gives me 90% Bobby Portis.
I like Bobby Portis.
They like them apples. So it would get me Payne, Portis, Oladipo, Milton, Isaiah Jackson, Caleb Martin. So it looks like it's all coming from this Miami thing. LeBron, Tatum. And then what I probably would do next is I would go into stack types and see if there was getting me 4 from any one team, which it's not. So that's not bad. I don't mind playing 3. So nothing too wrong about that. Who else am I getting here? More than 10%. Neimark.
Yeah, with McConnell.
Oh, you prefer McConnell, you were saying?
No, I said there's no McConnell.
Oh, okay.
The problem is the position. How do you value the value?
Right.
Because if you want to spend up, because Shake and Campaign are both great plays, Luka, you go down, you basically decide between Luka and Curry, in my opinion. Or you can just triple spend down and then spend up elsewhere, which is another interesting thought technique or whatever. But it just seems like the right thing to do is to play 2 of the value point guards along with Oladipo at shooting guard. And I think Milton and Payne just make a little too much sense for me.
Do you believe in you guys believe in narratives or course for courses and stuff like that? I didn't realize that, but I was looking at the State Kings Discord, and so for MMA tomorrow, the main event is Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira, and the last time these guys fought was the time that 02 that Oren won the 100,000, and he made it a point to remind everybody of that in the Discord. So I'll probably for Narrative Street grab some of his package tomorrow.
For sure. I'm gonna take a look real quick here and see what we got.
Swipe at that. I'm gonna put the MMA. Also, just so you guys know, I'm gonna be putting up again. It's been, don't want to get into all my personal stuff, but it's been very, very hectic around here, to say the least. But I am gonna get an MMA betting breakdown up later tonight, and I really, really enjoy that actually, because it's very contrarian. You're never gonna see the same takes, and I'm up like I think after last card, 4,700, betting MMA at literally 180 per unit. So that's really, really strong. I'm really, and I really like my approach. It's you know how I talk about all my sports betting angles. You ain't seen nothing until you see the MMA approach. It's whatever's it has no chance of coming in. That's what we're betting, and whatever's complete lock is we have to presume is overvalued. It's awesome. It's really, really good. Because what happens, it's funny in MMA betting, is that people talk themselves into a total binary outcome. In other words, throughout the course of the week, they'll analyze a fight and they'll say, okay, either XYZ wins in round 1 or the other guy wins by decision or something like that, as if that's the only possible result that could happen. And so basically those 2 narratives become completely pounded at the window, so to speak. So those are just completely unbettable, and basically any other thing that you can bet that does not fall within that main narrative, you're getting incredible odds on. So it's definitely a lot of fun to kind of analyze.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, for sure, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
No, I mean I get it, man.
It makes sense. We'll see what happens.
I wish it was one of my things. It's
to
be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure a couple things out real quick here with the basketball, even though I'm entering like a nothing thing.
And then meanwhile, I had I almost got into, like, I don't want to say 2 Twitter wars. I got into like not a Twitter war, but I made a comment in somebody's thing like a couple of days ago, and then I almost re-engaged, but like I thought better, like especially like with politics and stuff like that.
Engaging, that's like my thing, not yours. Sheets, come on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, what it was there was some guy. It's so funny. I have to go back in time a little bit. So in law school, my torts professor, really sharp guy. It was his first job, like teaching law. His name was Jonathan Turley. Really super smart. You could just tell he was like kind of going places. It turns out he became like a really famous pundit for like CNBC. You Google him, you'll see him, and then he's become like very right wing. Very just like. But it's almost like it's annoying because like I know like he's just basically like like over exaggerating his takes just to get more views and stuff like that. It's like kind of ridiculous, But so every once in a while I reach out to him, whatever, and he posts some stuff and articles and things like that. And there was one thing where some guy got he was up for a job. As the dean somewhere, I forget which school it was, and the board was made up of like several women, on the board, and they were challenging his, they were giving a follow-up email and saying, could you please explain a little bit more about this, and he responds to them, ladies, and then he like kind of like went on, and they just said, you know what, that's offensive, and you know what I mean, we're taking you out of the running. And of course, people said, "Oh, now the word ladies is offensive. You got to be kidding me. What's this world coming to?" And so I just kind of went out there and I said, "Listen, in the context of this, it's completely demeaning." And this, Professor Turley. I mean, I know that you're just doing whatever. And a couple of people came in, just the same stupid people that like don't think things through, and they said something. I almost re-engaged, but I didn't.
Good for you.
No, of course. And then the other one I went into, and this probably cause more discussion. You might end up, I don't know if you'd be on the right side of this one, but actually probably
the right side of it. Who's to determine what the right side is?
Oh, I determine what the right side is.
Oh, that's the answer. I'm sorry, I missed that part of the thing. Go ahead.
Yes, no, that's definitely the case.
That's the part of it. Okay, gotcha.
So you hear all this stuff about transgender athletes. And whether they should be allowed to participate in sports and stuff like that, and people are out of their freaking minds, and I'm of the belief that they should be allowed to participate at all levels, whether it be amateur, professional, or whatever. And the point is that the importance of inclusion is so much more important, at least to me, than the 0.01% outliers that could cause somebody to be to lose out on something or other. And I'm also of the belief it's even worse that like 10 years from now, like people will look back on their takes on this matter and be embarrassed. You know what I mean? So why not just get ahead of the curve right now? So like Matt Glantz, who I really respect, he came in.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So I'm totally, but I'm not going to re-engage. I'm not doing to do whatever. But
no. But I'm on the same side. So. All right, I built the basketball lineup to win it all. It's all based on league games, but while you did that, I'm glad you didn't re-engage. I even understand the other point, even though you're coming from my situation. I guess you would say that most people wouldn't, but like, I just think it's ridiculous. And like you said, the importance of inclusion is way more than anything else. All right, so the NBA. So I'll just give away my lineup to everybody right now. I've got Shake Milton, Victor Oladipo, Bobby Portis, Luka, LeBron, Campaign, Londale, and Terrence Davis. So I'm able to swap in someone when everybody from Sacramento is ruled out. So basically, it's all the 10 p.m. games. Which the early value that I'm using is Shake Milton, Oladipo, and then even Bobby Portis is subject to change, but he's 8 o'clock. Everybody else is late. Because I think Sacramento is going to rule their whole team out. And I don't think that the players on the other side become that much like greater plays because of it. Initially, you're going to want Draymond or Steph, but the truth is, by the end of the night, if they rule everybody out, you don't need those guys. Yeah. I'm playing the Lakers who need everything, and I'm playing Luka who needs everything. I guess. You could argue that they don't need to win this game, the Dallas thing, because they need to win tomorrow, or the next game. But I don't know. You gotta pay up somewhere.
Yep.
Well, that's right.
What are you doing in baseball?
I'm just going to answer the questions real quick about the basketball in the chat, if that's all right, and then we'll jump over.
Yeah, because my baseballs are like, nobody's going to play my teams in baseball.
Siakam is the only guy from Toronto that showed up for me. Şengün, absolutely, I'm in on him. MJ, Orlando stack. I don't even know what that looks like. They've still got 4 questionables. Sure, if all 4 of those guys are out, play everybody, but I don't know who's playing. So it's really tough. The tiers, the tiers, I'll look at it. Sometimes it's just not fun when you got to spend a lot of time on all this stuff. Can afford to score 5 points next time. He's probably playing great. Well, nice. It sounds like you got a good lineup going. So good luck, BBF. And the Brewers versus Flaherty. Yeah, I'm with you on the Brewers versus Flaherty. I think the Dodgers and Braves less than 100%. I agree with all of those statements from Cam the Man, who I don't know, 325. Like, that's exactly right. I agree. And that's what I'm doing in baseball is on FanDuel. I have a very simple pivot that's going to get me sub 10% ownership on a pitcher that I think is more than 50% of the time the highest scoring pitcher on the slate on FanDuel. So I'll play Kershaw at 8% ownership. On DraftKings, I wouldn't play Kershaw. I would spend down because I spend down or play Woodruff just for the upside. Because it's a funny line. You know, Woodruff has more upside than Kershaw, but Kershaw actually with a median score is the more optimum play most of the time on FanDuel more than it works out on DraftKings because of the quality start win. And, that's 10 extra points, negating somewhat of the strikeout thing, although strikeouts in general on FanDuel are more important. It's just kind of a funny line. But the main overall thing is if I can get him 150 ownership of Woodruff, done. On DraftKings, Flaherty, Gore, Bassett, and Woodruff are the guys I'm playing. And I'm stacking the Dodgers, Angels, Braves, and Padres with a little bit of Washington mixed in as value. How about you?
So I am playing 5 pitchers. They are going to be Mackenzie Gore, Brandon Woodruff, Jack Flaherty, Clayton Kershaw, and Patrick Sandoval.
I love the Sandoval is like the super. That's a really good play. Like I as much as I like the Toronto, I really like because Toronto's the kind of team that can give him trouble. But his stuff is so good. Like if he's on, he's really good. I just think I would probably get away from that a little bit.
So hold that thought. So as far as my stacks go, my top owned stack is Toronto. My second highest owned stack is Milwaukee against Flaherty. My third tied with them is Atlanta. And then I did get to San Diego after all that. And then the Dodgers. So that's so it's ultra, like Toronto, either like you said, either if Sandoval is feeling it, that's fine. And if he's not feeling it, that's fine too. It's like same with St. Louis, Milwaukee. The only thing that's kind of on one side of it is the Atlanta pitch, is the Atlanta, hitting and Mackenzie Gore pitching.
Yeah, I mean the one thing is Major leagues though need to do something in general about the Blue Jays. This used to happen even when they were at home. That you get their lineup like 40 minutes before lock when they were on the early games. Like they're playing at the Angels, and we don't even know for sure who's playing yet in this game.
Right.
And so it's an interesting stack on FanDuel. I ran into more of an issue than on DraftKings because I would include if they let Biggio play after hitting a home run yesterday I'd let him play as my a fourth man in my stack. You know.
Yeah.
If I'm going to now. And I'm going to get off of, that's what I'm going to do. I think Espinal is a really good play for what it's worth.
And just to show you, by the way, what I would actually get on SaberSim if I just basically just rolled with them. I presume, I don't even know what I presume because I just was so into like my kind of off the wall takes today for this card that I didn't even look to see. But let's just see what I would get if I played 50 lineups with just who. I have to reset my exposures here, but let's see what I would get here. Kabul, 19,000 Afghan refugees awaiting visas. This is the first year in, boy, oh boy, maybe since I've been alive that I haven't had a Passover Seder. Because you know what I did? I want to reset my adjustments here. All right, so let's go back to here. Let's try again.
And this Cardinals line, and this Washington lineup is pretty putrid looking.
Oh, it's trash.
It's like unbelievable, and sure they can put up, but like give me a break. It's ridiculous. I do think Candelario in these kind of parks is kind of fun, but like everybody else, I'm just like, oh, what am I doing?
Let me see.
Nelson Cruz is 2,300 on FanDuel, by the way. You could tell me Nelson Cruz can't really walk straight anymore or something like that. I'd still say it's like the guy. He's the guy. This happened like the last 4 years. Everybody talks about how he's done because he looks like he can barely move. And I have not. He's probably saved me more times than anybody. Where my stack didn't get there, but Nelson Cruz hit 2 home runs and had a double and 2 walks and 5 runs scored. Like you know what I mean?
E40.
What's that?
E40.
I don't think he's that old, but which basically means I don't want to be. This is not a race thing. This is a real MLB thing. There's a lot of players whose age we never really knew. You know, Albert Pujols, his age changed by 4 years in the span of 2 years.
Yeah, so this is the guy I would get to a lot if I just went with SaberSim. Like they really want me to play Chris Bassett. I just don't. You know, I just don't feel like it. How about that?
I'm going to play some Chris Bassett. So that's my feeling, but I understand. So he's the perfect ownership play. Like there's a path where he's like 80% owned on this slate if he had a good first start. You know what I mean? Like that's actually like not 80, but like 60. By the way, to answer some questions, yes, Drummond if Vooch is out, 100%, sure. Not 100% of your lineups, but yes, he's a good play. 3-3-2 smaller. I'm good with that. Cam the Man. Cam the Man is like this guy speaks my language. I'm totally good with the 3-3-2 tonight. I'm actually even okay with it on FanDuel. It's a pretty small slate. And the thing is that I would be looking more to 3-3-2 or 4-2-2 or something like that if I was playing part of the Colorado game, which I'm not playing much of, so I can sort of stack away a little bit, right, Sheets?
Yep.
MLB small tourney 300 to 400 lineups. That's a good question from Mad King. Sort of Sheets. Do you want to talk a little bit about the process versus like a 300, 400 person field versus like a 50,000 person field? Like I mean the basic is good.
It's for me. Playing the big lotteries, I'm actually more inclined to make sure I have. So it's weird because on the one hand, I want to play more 5-man stacks in the lotteries, but the problem, and this is what I struggle with, but the problem is that if you play 5-man stacks, you're battling all the parentheses people. Like you're battling all the 150 maxers who are basically playing 5-man stacks in every lineup. So if you're gonna do that and you're gonna play the lottery and you're gonna play 5-man stacks, it's even more important to get off the board. You know what I mean? Like if you play like a 5-man, well, it's a little bit smaller, but if you play like a 5-man stack of say who's the most popular right, Washington, the Dodgers, or something like that. Like if you play 5-man of those, I mean, you almost can't win in a way. You know, like it's because like at best case scenario, you're like kind of chopping. You know, so I would in the big lottery tournaments. I think that I think you do want to play 5-mans, but it's even more important to get off the job.
Yeah, exactly. Agree with basically all that stuff. The Dodgers are playing Outman against him. That Outman's going to be low owned. I have a bunch of stacks I just built out here because I really like these.
Dude, we've got a big problem here.
What's that?
We need the freaking Astros.
What's the score right now?
It's 1-1, bottom 8.
No, give up a run. Oh god.
It is 1-1, bottom 8.
Thank God we didn't put them in the other one at least too. We almost
this is the one with the strike at least.
This one we get a strike.
Yeah.
The theme we should be using, Sheets, is this period the Astros later in the year when they actually have a full team like together, basically meeting Altuve, I guess. Or no, they have their other guys. We just have to see who's good. Yeah, I like exactly what you guys are talking about. Both these Mad King and Cam the Man seem to know what's up.
The other thing, by the way, the other thing to watch for over the weekend is there's no Xfinity, but there's trucks tomorrow, and I'm gonna put stuff up for that. I'm gonna put stuff up for the Cup as well, I think, and along with everything else.
Nice.
So we got it's like different universes. We have like Astros and Twins. See, this is what weather does, right? So you identified Astros Twins as like the worst weather game, right? This is 1-1 going into the 9th. And then this freaking like Pirates like shit show like that. I don't know. There's a big difference between decent weather and bad weather, I guess.
Yeah.
No hockey tonight. I think something about Good Friday, maybe. I don't know, but no hockey tonight.
You still have a landline. It crazes me out when I hear a landline. I think I'm watching the movie Scream or something.
Well, believe it or not, that happens to be the fax line. But yes, we do have a landline. We have we have a landline with that gets called by like 5 people.
And we played the Masters. I'm very frustrated with Minwoo Lee. Really hurt my lineups. I ended up with the field on Brooks. I was trying to go half because I really thought it was going to turn into like 35% Brooks, and it didn't. I've got some really good lineups, and shout out to SaberSim. My FanDuel lineups are awesome. I made sure to overweight one guy because the ownership was going to be non-existent, and that was Fitzpatrick. He's 2 under, no big deal. Like he's done, it's fine. But I have Brooks, basically Brooks with either Scheffler, unfortunately, or Rahm in almost every lineup, and I've got a bunch of good ones over there. And then I've got
Scheffler's not doing well.
He had the worst day of his life, and he's now like 1 under for the tournament.
Jesus Christ!
He was horrible, man. Like he was yesterday. Sheets. He lost 3.8 strokes putting, and he finished 3 under. That's pretty nice. You want a guy who's minus 1.5 putting. You know what I mean?
You want to see something cool? You see this lineup here?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like nondescript lineup, right? Whatever. This is Brooks Koepka here. See this?
Yeah.
This is the one lineup out of 150 I have Brooks Koepka.
Oh my God, man! That's a lineup.
The one lineup.
That's hilarious.
I got one lineup with Brooks Koepka. Congratulations to me. Let's pull up all the Rahm lineups. There they are.
He's crushing too. Well,
0. Well, we said it going in. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, but like the problem is if you don't have he or Brooks right now, it's going to be tough to win. I think.
You sure?
Pretty sure. I mean, between the two of them, based on every odds, they're predicted to win 70% of the time, which means they're top fiving at least one of them, if not both of them, like 80%.
Well, the Brooks one is a disaster. I mean, because he's like cheap. I mean, like
he's 7,600, yeah. But like, there is a world where with this wind, he shoots 4 over, and someone like Fleetwood shoots 6 under. You know what I mean? Like that's totally within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Why not?
No.
Yeah, I think that the Koepka overweight thing was like the common trend, and it was so much so where I was like, okay, well, he's going to be owned so much. And it's weird because I tried to get half of his ownership and I ended up at 18%. It is cool with Kershaw. I just want to point something out. It's nice when you can get the best pitcher on a slate at 150 ownership of another pitcher. It's nice.
Yeah, it's a little simplifying, but yeah, I get it.
No, but Kershaw doesn't throw like 5 innings. He throws 6 innings every time. He gets a quality start every time. You know what I mean? Brandon Woodruff has more range of outcomes.
Oh my God! It's okay. Could we please get him out here? It's 3-2, bottom 8. I'd love for this guy to get out of his inning. All right, there you go. All right. So going to the top of the 9th, we need the Astros.
All right, we need the Astros. I have to run in a minute. I don't think the one thing we're waiting on was the Blue Jays lineup, which is finally out. Espinal batting 7th, as I sort of imagined. No, I'm gonna have to get rid of the few lineups. I took a chance in case we had what's his name, Biggio. Get rid of that. You can't quite turn Biggio into Espinal, but yeah, you can. Just turn him into.
We're still waiting on Jansen's out and Varsho. Oh my, all these guys.
Varsho's out. That's going to make me rebuild a little bit. I was counting. I didn't mind him even batting at the bottom of the order with the lefty.
So the guys I have are out are Jansen, Varsho, and McCarthy.
I would lower my Toronto stacks a lot personally if I was playing a bunch of lineups, but I'm not because I think that you're now talking about pinch hit risk for multiple players.
Okay.
And I think that because Varsho is going to play anytime a righty comes in, if not before that. Like that's just my thoughts. FWIW, as they say. One thing I promise you tonight is Vlad Guerrero will hit a home run tonight.
Vlad Guerrero will hit a home run. All right, fair enough.
I believe it with every part of me. So much so it's like screwing with my lineups because now they're not quite making sense. Yeah, because Barnes and you already have Kirk on the bench. Yeah, so maybe even 3 players for Toronto I'm sorry, not 3 for Toronto, but Barnes is volatile, but I want to play him anyway. He owns Bumgarner for whatever reason. I mean, he talked about seeing the ball well against him. All right, I think I'm gonna leave a lot of money on the table. It's another way to get different. Bassett, Woodruff, 500 on the table. Dodgers, Toronto with one of each of the other game. There you go.
All right, I guess I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, I think I am too. Good luck tonight, everybody. Let's have a good one for everybody.
And I'll see you throughout the weekend.
Yeah, good luck, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm almost done. Hi. Sorry. How you doing? I'm good. I'm ready to relax. I think in a little bit it'll be fun to walk down there and have a glass of wine and the beach. This is right directly down. It's right there. I think that's what you're thinking about every day. What? Thank you. I think I annoy you. This whole things have been so healthy and I'm just not. Like, my body not responding to things. I should be super clear. It's been a while. Like, it was, it took a couple of years of, it's just annoying. We've been mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Shin splints is a lot. It's like doing, I figure if I do like 20 up and downs, it's the same as doing like a good Simox therapy times. So like back to back, but I'm never stopping. And it goes straight up and down. So it's just, yeah. How are you?
Good. I have a 10 a.m. meeting tomorrow.
What? I mean, that's not the best stuff. Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I'll be right there. I'm sorry about that. Thank you. Was it a long trip? Are these the boots? Should I look? They're not my normal style, but they are
I
cool.
know, that's why like I didn't know. To try
Yeah.
them on, see.
Well, I'm gonna bring them this weekend and wear them out and see if I like them. If we don't,
Well, you know, I by mistake ordered two. It was by mistake, and I can get another one.
they're cool. I really like them.
They're nice.
They're just not used to it, and it's, you know, I have to just try it and see how it goes. They're nice. They're really nice. Don't keep giving me things. I feel like I'm old. I don't want to be like I'm taking things
Yeah,
on.
no, it's a Christmas for us.
Is it Christmas for me?
Yeah.
Does that mean?
Grinch took Christmas for us,
Oh,
so we had like a whole like, ooh, it's Christmas moment. Like getting all this stuff, this like back on this to her. And she was like, this is really nice. And we're allowed to guys come out.
How's it been emotional-wise, Randy?
Right.
You never play video about
But it's okay. It's stressful, and I'm not gonna be at work all week next week. Because we're working in, between Victor and Social Retreat.
it.
So it seems like really
Where are you gonna be?
Victor and Social Retreat.
For the, wait, next
The
week?
week, yeah.
What are you doing? Oh. Where do you guys go?
Just like in the wilderness, I guess, because it's for,
Where are you staying? Oh, I would have known it was next week. You have to try to figure out where to go. There it is. Before that. No, I've had like no time with that.
it's work.
Yeah.
Yeah, this like this four influencers of sports stuff is pretty cool. Like two side fishers, a girl that does off-road,
Mhm.
and a guy that he's pretty cool. He takes pictures of like places and stuff.
Right there. Sorry, that's obligated, but that's not my life. Cross the line.
Boundaries.
So everybody knows.
Yeah, you should like if you did want that, you should pick like a premium, like a one-to-one, like a special.
Right, but it can't be every night, and there's no, that's even part of what we're doing.
Yeah.
We convert it to our, you know, from double or. Really bring you on. And that's where I do all my stuff now, like, I'll show them the actual map. Small group. So you see what I'm doing, even if it's wrong, I'll send them the logic. I did, sure. They're in. Now, I'm just figuring out what percentage right now, so we look at it, or person that had like, and I'm maybe making this for the rest of the year. So I'm not, I just, the baseball just started, and I literally cannot do anything, because I have baseball every sometimes. But like then you win a lunch, or just really frustrating. And also because it's just a lot. On top of that, I mean, you know, you're paying for something, in case that's the friends visit, and then you go to dinner, $100, you go to a movie afterwards, $490. It's like, it's not a bit, and it's like, oh, I'm spending like $400 a day. When I do those kind of things.
Yeah.
But when I have a normal day, we just take your own five food and grocery, it's like $400 a week. For the, Lord. No, but I've just been going through all the finance and everything, it's like, God, it's like, too reliant on that. But company growing is the most important thing. That's money that keeps coming in to do your job. The problem is if you need to hire someone, you don't want to make do that, running double, growing. That's going to take a while. If things were going a little better financially, personally, I would be really happy. And so pay back debts and stuff too every month. I mean, the bills would case up, like I pay back a portion of my dad, and even a tiny portion, it's still like, I'm just trying to do the right thing at the same time. Like that's $100,000. And I paid for what I could, and then I borrowed what I could, and then I just,
You don't pay for that.
No. No, my dad helps with a lot. We don't pay for everything,
Yeah.
but I'm paying back. But I'm also borrowed, it's very safe. I watched this like TED Talk that I think it was. No, it wasn't a TED Talk. It was like a guy just talking, people are talking. He's like, you can get 100 people to pay $10 for what you're doing. You should have $1 million. You get them to do, you multiply that time, it doesn't apply to everybody, and that does how it keeps sticking in my head, for every person, their eternal value, word of mouth, then continuing to subscribe for 10 years, maybe. The amount of value in those people is massive, so I do feel accomplished. But it's hitting that all the time. As they grow, and have to handle the first processes. Just a lot. The other new big site that I was going to work with the guys who are doing the big site, everybody's leaving because they got too fast. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to actual company. They weren't talking to people. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a weird sign. Yeah, we wish we were there at some point, but now that's what we slowly did by accident. But we didn't want to. I need a site manager. I need someone either who's, the ideal thing is to find a 60-year-old me. And then someone with, 60-year-old now, know how to, no, they're not.
It's work ethic.
Yeah, no, but I mean.
Yeah, and you go.
I know, and then people get worried like you're taking advantage of them and this and that. And
It's not that, you
But it's
have
like-
to, you do.
It's become like a knowing if I'm a positive person, I want to send a positive message.
It's almost like getting to school.
No, but it just occurred to me the other night as a company that like, wow, when I send a positive message, I'm gonna get a lot of negative responses. Because we're growing and that scares people. Why am I not more progress and I can get ready? And I'm like, we understand. If you don't know me, you're a part of this right now. You know me and I got you. That's how it is. You take Sheets as my reference, and Sheets will say, me, this is like, he's had 45 years of doing this shit, with people, and he's always doing this thing that is by his side. He the fuck over by me, so that's the way I am. So I did tell them that I said, we'll write it out next week. So we really have to speak up to get it paid. So you'll need to sign up, set up a company, and also pay money to partner. Our partnerships have to cost us initial things so we can have the programming. So it's 2,500 flat fees for each of those two, or each of those three. And then it's also you pay for the hours that people have to do it. So it ends up being like over $12,000. So it's like we have no profit until like 2 months ago now. We're just like, we're just net profiting. You have to pay everything like a few thousand a month, but that can easily turn into 15,000 a month. And not soon, because it's the worst time of year, but football games. Football season probably 4 times this, and then I think by NBA season 5 times this, and I think by following year the same kind of thing. By then, you're talking about 1,000 people, paying $100 a month, and then I don't even make $100,000 a month from that. That is worth so much of the affiliate partnership with the company. We're making just as much from that as we are from this. So then it becomes like, maybe it's twice that. See if it goes right. It's a lot to work, a lot of work. But I think it's also another way of distracting from it's going great for K9, but I'm still like emotional and sensitive to that dream. I know it's like I've been so distracted, and that's what I think I'm doing. Except for when I'm okay. I don't think that's I'll go for a while. Watch shows together we like, shows I didn't watch things. It's the same for Harry. It's Sarah like now super good too, so she's like never comes over the anyway, but it's just a lot, even more than I expected. It's harder because he doesn't have a car and he doesn't get around. But he could. But he does walk on the stairs now, or anything like that, Yeah. And his friend lives down the street from this thing, so it's like, that's cool. And she's cool. So that part's going really good, but for myself, I haven't had any personal life to speak of, being with my family. And then I made a point of seeing this, but it's very much like I feel very set up and I can show opportunity at once. I'm like, oh my God, I was seeing it every day, which for the first time in a while, but from like May until like December, every day. And it's like now, even when it's like, oh, what's that? Mr. Company, you're missing. It's like, just like overload. And then my other friends, I just don't want to get, like, when I have that free time, which is very rare, I don't want to get into the conversation of how I'm doing with everything. Of course, I appreciate it, but it's not fun when it goes towards it. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, you're still alive, by the way. Just letting you know that whatever phone. I don't know your phone call number. You're still alive.
Oh shit, it's still on the thing?
Yeah, just letting you know. I started the video first, and then like, wow, you're going over 20 minutes, but you haven't said anything. You took off.
But I turned it off like forever ago. It happened before to you when I did it. That's so crazy. And it's like my computer's not even on.
Yeah, it's weird.